What's up, everybody? It's Golden Eagle Eye here, and today we're doing something a little different. We are getting into Terraforming Mars because it is, of course, Terraforming Tuesday here. And yeah, we're playing on a board game arena where you can make a free account and play a ton of board games for free, including Catan. But colonist.io is definitely the way for the Catan online games. But yeah, you've got access to a ton of different board game here on Board Game Arena. I believe for smartphones and Androids and Apple. They also have an app for mobile as well. So yeah, I like playing 3-player games. They just go a bit quick. So let's get into it. All right, so we are in, and yeah, basically how this game goes is there is the game board. By terraforming, you want to do things that raise the oxygen, raise the temperature, and then you've got 9 ocean tiles, and once all of those criteria are met, you have officially terraformed Mars. And each time you do one of these things, you get victory points, as well as there are some cards that give you victory points. And so that is the idea, to have the highest amount of victory points when Mars is terraformed. Okay, so we will select our corporation. And we will select our 2 preludes. And now we're just looking for kind of the best cards. Oh man, I think we're looking at, we got to be kind of quick here because it is timed. Okay. So basically, you have you start at a terraform rating of 20, and these are all the resources that you can potentially produce. We start at 0, and so we want to do things that increase various productions. We start with 3 heat productions because of the corporation that we chose, as well as 42 mega credits, which is the cash. But at the beginning, these 3 cards are 3 credits each, and so 42 minus the 6 that we chose here gets you to the 24. Now we choose one of the preludes. Doesn't really matter which one we choose. Actually, it looks like we choose 2. And we increase our plant production by 1 and our credit production by 2. We also increase our heat production by 3 and then gain 3 heat. So now we're at 6 production every round, which is, or every generation, which is essentially a round. You produce these various materials. So we'll produce at 6. We'll produce 1 plant. And the ability with our corporation is we can basically spend these heat as mega credits, and so that's why we opted for increasing our heat. We went for this card, which increases our heat. So you can see all these different cards, they have a cost to play, so you have to buy them for 3 mega credits each. And then the number up here is the cost to actually put them in play. So the earlier on, we kind of want to prioritize getting our engine going. You can see here, I need 2% oxygen, so I can't even play this one yet. So sometimes you'll have various requirements. So early on, essentially, we want to increase things that will help us give us a boost. So we're playing this card to increase our mega credit production. At the end of each generation, we gain credits equal to our Terraform rating plus whatever our money is. So yeah, I think we've got 18 left to spend. I think we'll put this card in play. And so essentially I have an action. This card's ability is I can spend 1 credit to look for a card that has this microbe symbol, and if it does, I put one of these science kind of resources on here, and then I believe once I have 1, then it's worth 3. You can see I had to play this before oxygen got to that point. Sorry guys, I forgot that my turn was done. So each generation you can have as many turns as you want. However, per turn you can only do 2 things. 2 things being play 2 cards, play 1 card and use its action. In addition to playing the cards that you have, you can also do one of these standard projects. So an aquifer, that's basically the ocean tile. You can raise temperature, all those things. Even buying a forest, which increases the forest increases the oxygen. All those things will get you a victory point. So we use that card to draw 2 cards, and we will just draw another card for our second action, and then we're essentially out of money to play any other cards. Here's a quick kind of what everybody else has got as far as production. So you can see green here has significantly increased their mega credit production, as well as some other resources. What do they have for? Okay, so red, they went with Saturn Systems. Has a lot of synergy with these, they call them Jovian tags. So each card, you'll notice, has its own tag, and so that can be very powerful. Green has Trust Valley, which I've never seen before. Hired Raiders. Let's hold on to that. We'll do this action for the card. It does not have a microbe. We'll skip our second action. We'll wait to play this. So now everybody's passed. We basically start a new generation. You can see that we've gained a bunch of materials, and we are drafting the cards. So it's basically I pick one of these, then I pass the 3 cards on. The other person will pass me 3 cards, so on and so forth. So I think, considering we can't really play any of these cards right now, I'll play this, which means my 2 resources, which is titanium and then steel, are all worth 1 more. We'll increase our plant production here as well. And we can't play this for quite some time, so we'll take this. We also can't play this for quite some time. This land claim doesn't really do much for us. It just means that nobody can place on that tile, and then you can build on it later. So I think for us, we're just gonna buy the 2 cards. So that's 6. This costs me 6, 3 cards each you have to buy. And then you have to pay to play afterwards. So early on, very difficult, but as you increase your Terraform rating and hope, increase other resources, particularly your mega credit production, then you can do more things, because obviously you have more, you generate more money. we've got 20. So we'll play this card because nobody's placed an ocean yet, and this gives us a free plant every time an ocean is placed. So I think that's a good card to play right now. And then I kind of want to steal the steel, but if we steal... If we steal money, then we can play another card. We'll steal from red. So those are our two actions. And now at least we can play this card to increase our plant production again. And then we will, it costs 8 heat to raise the temperature. It costs 8 plants to build a forest, which in turn increases the oxygen. And then the only way to get oceans is either having a card that does that or paying for it in one of the standard projects. Ooh. Yeah, let's convert the heat into temperature. So essentially, we just gained a victory point here. The other way to do it is by cards. This little symbol at the bottom has 2 victory points. This would be like 1 victory point per Jovian tag. So as of right now, I have this one and this one, which I can't play yet. We're gonna use this one to search for life. Okay, we're just gonna skip, and then we're just gonna pass in advance. Cities. So cities themselves are not worth any victory points. However, for every greenery or forest tile that's in direct contact with your cities, you gain money, or gain victory points rather. I mean, we have 1 science. We basically have a couple science tags here, so we should be able to play this card soon. All these others are kind of like late game. This one's okay, but we don't really have any energy, although we might want to keep that from green. It looks like green's probably going to be a threat here, considering that they're getting pretty close to being able to have a bunch of energy, but I kind of like this because then we can just increase basically every 3rd turn. Minus 12. 5 oceans. Let's do that one. I mean, we're definitely taking these 2. I mean, these are both kind of late game cards, so why spend the money on it? And I think right now we're playing advanced alloys. And can't really do anything else, unfortunately, right? So let's activate this card. Yeah, it's we can't do much of anything else, so we're gonna hold for the time being. We'll just pass. Give everybody else a chance to do some stuff. What else is there really to give you guys as far as kind of the game plan here? I mean, it's kind of interesting because I'm not really paying too much attention to the board. I'm just like looking at what I have. Okay. Man. So I think this card is very powerful because for every animal tag, every 2 animal tags, I basically get a point. And every time I play a plant or animal, I get an animal. So pretty powerful. Also very powerful imported hydrogen. It is expensive, but it does give you a lot of things. But I think this is the one. And all we have to do is build a forest. I think we take this as well. We're got quite a ways to go till minus 16, but it'll be handy for us. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like any of these, so we have to draft one, but it doesn't mean we have to pay for them, right? So this is definitely not a card that we're keeping. So as of right now, we're probably just taking these 2 cards. You know what? We're gonna take these 2 cards. We'll play this card first. Okay. So the idea is playing, we've got 28 credits that we can spend. The idea is playing this card, which will then allow us to play this card. We gain 2 plants, so again it's 8 plants to build a forest, which is required that we have a greenery tile, so we can play this card next round. So I think these are the 2 cards that we play. And essentially, the action is put a microbe on this card. The next turn, put a microbe on this card. The third turn, spend those 2 microbes to increase the oxygen. So that's like guaranteed victory points. The only issue that we have is we're definitely way behind in the steel and titanium, but it is what it is. I mean, technically we could, rather than increase the heat or temperature, we could use that again because of our corporation. We have the ability to use this as money. So we can afford this, but I don't want to play this. I mean, if we play this, it does give us the greenery tile that we need. And then allows us to play this. I'm thinking we hold off on it though, because it might be more valuable to just put the 2 animals on this card rather than gain the 3 plants. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, so we can play this card now as well. This will be big for us next turn. Now that we're up to the 2 oxygen. So I think think we just increase the temperature. I think we will activate the search for life. So again, we're still looking for a card with the microbe so that we can get points on that. And then the only other thing to do is activate this card next turn. Okay, so we also have here milestones. So milestones, you basically, once you meet these criterias, you can pay for it, and that gives you 5 victory points. So what can we do for standard projects? We're just gonna skip our second turn, or we're gonna pass. Okay. Yeah, that's a good card for us. We're definitely keeping that. Gives us a victory point and a couple titanium, but also removes 3 plants. So, pretty good card. This is also good, just increases our heat. And this is also good. So, man, I hate spending all my money, but those are all good cards to have. So we're definitely getting a forest, and the question is, where are we putting said forest? We kind of want to put it somewhere where we can surround a city. So let's spend our things, and I'm thinking it's something like that, out in the middle of nowhere, and then hopefully we can get a city here or here. I think that's the play. So you get the resources that are here. So we settled on a spot that has the 2 plants, and now we can play this card. So we'll place the tile, which I believe was an ocean tile. What are we placing? I honestly don't remember. Oh, is this thing? Okay, so basically it blocks, I think that's a city, so we block that. Whatever. Actually a pretty good card for us. So 12. What can we play for 12? I mean, we could play this, just to increase our heat. You can see we're pretty far behind. Not pretty far, but we've got 27 points that the game is like automatically calculating. Ooh, we can claim that milestone. It's very huge. So we definitely want that milestone. So again, it's worth 5 points. And what can we do for 4? Nothing. So we'll just increase the temperature, gives us another victory point. We'll confirm. And then since we can't really do anything else, we'll just pass in advance. So yeah, you can only have 3 of these purchased. So very good for us that we were able to keep up on that. You can see these are now grayed out. When it comes to the awards, it's like whoever has the most. So basically the milestones are whoever first come first serve. If you meet these criteria, you pay for it and you get the 5 points. When it comes to the awards, the first person to purchase an award, it's 8, then 14, then 20. And it's whoever has the highest amount of these things. First place gets 5, second place gets 2. So like whoever has the most, having the highest production combined. This one, it's the highest Jovian and Earth tags. Landscaper is who has the most tiles on the board. You can see whenever I place a tile, I've got the blue marker on it. So typically this isn't something that you get early on unless you know for a fact you're gonna be in first place, because there's always a potential that just because you paid for that award doesn't necessarily mean you'll be first place, right? Because again, it's whoever has the most of those things. If you don't pay for it, nobody pays for it, nobody gets those awards. So definitely something that's later in the game. If you can confirm that you will be winning. Okay. So we only have 1 microbe, but including this, so it's actually not too bad. We increase our plant production, which is what we want to do. We don't want that. We don't want that. I mean, we don't want any of these. Max at 4, so this card is literally useless. This one is not bad. Definitely not bad, even though we don't have... Damn, I should have switched that. We can't play it though. We don't have any energy tags except for the 1. I think it's these 2. Okay. So what's our first card here? I think we attack green. And now we've got 13. I think we then play this card. So now we're... that's actually only 1 plant that we increased it by. Whatever, that's fine. In hindsight, maybe that card isn't as valuable. So it is a close game. You can see green's on 35 currently, red is on 36, and we're on 34. We will be on 35 because we can increase the heat. And obviously we can continue to do these things. And actually we can build another plant forest. We really want to get a city down though. So let's increase this for a point. And then we'll just play this card. Get it out of the way. So now any earth card, like these two, for instance, they have the earth tag, will cost us 3 less, as you can see, which is nice. And then I think it's risky holding the plants, but the whole point of the plants, in addition to raising the oxygen, which then in turn raises your terraform rating, which is your score, we want cities so that we get more points, right? For every forest that's on a city, connected to a city, we get a point. So the idea is having a city in the middle and building your forests around it. So let's see, let's just activate our cards, the actions that we can do. And next turn, we can cash in those 2 microbes to raise the oxygen again. We're just gonna pass in advance since we can't do anything. So yeah, we definitely need to prioritize getting a city. This card does give us a city, but it's Grannymead Colony, which is actually over here for whatever reason. So this city doesn't help us. Okay. Okay, so this is another okay card for us. For every 3 microbes, we get a victory point. This is also very good, but we can't play that for quite some time to 2 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I think it's the decomposers. Also, since we have so much heat, we could have taken that other one that spends heat. I think it's this business contacts one. We can just basically draw 2 cards. Although it's 3 to use it, and then 4, which is 7. So it's actually not that great. We'll take that. It's definitely this. And then at some point, this will give us VPs. That's very endgame, because at some point, once the temperature is maxed out, you can't continue to max it. So then that heat becomes useless. For us, it's very handy because we can use it as currency, but also that ability will be handy as well. Whoa, red has significantly jumped up in their terraform rating, but I guess 5 of it is right here. But once we start playing some of these cards, we should be able to overtake that. Although, since these are event cards, they get placed face down rather than face up, and so they actually technically don't count, even though they have those tags, which is annoying. So yeah, I think the priority here is just buying a city. So that we can use the forests, which we will do. We'll place here. And those are 2 things. Now we've only got 3 credits. Spend 8 to increase the temperature again, so that means technically we could play this, either one of these cards, which would probably just play this card. But yeah, we are definitely lagging behind red by quite a bit. And why is that? They've got the Jovian. So they're getting 6 points just from all these Jovian tags. So again, very strong. And these cards count as well. The Prelude and the Corporation. So very, very strong. Yeah, I think we play this. Wait. Oh, yeah. So we'll definitely do this. And then we'll do this as well. Very handy that the game calculates those things for you. Okay. So we missed out on a couple things. If you're the one that increases the temperature to -24, you gain a heat production. Same thing with that 20. If you're the one that increases the oxygen to 8, you also increase the temperature by 1. And then if you're the one that increases the temperature from -2 to 0, you get to place an ocean tile. So we kind of missed out on both of those opportunities. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, spending 14 points, we potentially... I mean, right now we're tied with red with the most owned tiles. Wow, looks like we can build another forest, which is nice for us. Where play card? Like, am I tripping? Play card, imports of advanced GHG. How do I play that? I have no money or anything. Oh snap, I forgot that I stole, or I got these titaniums. Yes, we will play that. That's a big card. I forgot that I had those 2 titaniums. I must have got them when I placed this. I don't remember. No, that was... When did I get those titaniums? I have no idea. Oh, it was from one of the cards we played. That's right. When I played a card that increased the temperature and gave me those titaniums. Okay, so we're definitely going to activate that card and increase the oxygen. And we'll skip for now. We'll just pass in advance. So we're tied with green, but red is quite ahead. But you take away the 5 points, then they'd be at 48. So the 5 points from the award. But red is definitely the threat. So essentially, we want to we want to complete terraform as soon as possible here, and be the ones building forests and increasing temperature. I mean, we're guaranteed to increase the temperature every turn because our production is so high. Somebody, I think, just placed an ocean, so we have a card that gives us plants every time an ocean. So that's nice. And yeah, I mean, we need to start playing some of these bigger cards here. So, although these energy productions aren't super valuable now, I mean, we don't even have energy production, so technically I don't even think we can play this. Infinity. We'll use Virus because we don't want that played on us. That can't be played. I think this is the one we play. It just gives us the VP. When you play a space event card, so it's got to be this symbol plus this symbol. I mean, that's such an expensive card. We got to be careful here not to overdo it. We've got a lot of cards that we're not even playing right now, right? So, I think we've got 9 cards. And we are not getting any of them plant tag cards or animal cards. It's tough. Alright, so oxygen's at its max. We can still plant forests. We just don't get victory points for increasing the oxygen. So what do we do here? Let's play this card. That's fine. Place the ocean tile. We'll place it here. Each time you place an ocean next to another ocean, or any tile next to another ocean, you get 2 mega credits. And we basically got 4 okay. Let's spend some of that. So that gives us another victory point. So we are approaching these guys, but we're definitely lagging behind right now. Definitely lagging behind. I mean, this search for life, that I'm pretty sure gives us 3 VP. So that'd be 3. We need more plant, animal, microbe cards being played, and we just don't have any of them. So what is our next thing here? Virus and rad suits. I mean, look at these guys and their mega credit production. Like, we're just not getting those cards. It's tough. So we're definitely attacking red here. Protected. Oh. Ecological zone is us? It is. Oh man. That's actually a really annoying card. So red is protected. Okay, so we'll play this. It's fine. And then we'll play this. It's also fine. Oh, so red's got a card that basically none of these things can be removed, which is protected habitats. Opponents may not remove your plant, animal, or microbe. So that's tough. They've got 4 pets. I don't know how many. 1 VP per 2 animals. They got 2 VPs there. But look at all these Jovian tags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where the 6 points comes from. Pretty powerful. Okay, so we can increase temperature. And then we place a tile. And that should allow us another forest. But we need to basically build another city, I'm thinking right here, so we can completely surround it. So let's do that. Now we can place... Oh, and ocean tiles are done. What card can we play? We'll play this card now. I mean... Yeah, we're getting kind of screwed over here. Tough. I don't understand how they're able to increase their mega credit production so much. That's insane. Man. It has a microbe tag, finally. Okay. I mean, there's literally no point to activating that other one since we can't increase the oxygen anymore. I think we just pass in advance here since we can't do anything. Yeah. Very tough. I think did somebody, oh no. Yeah, somebody removed our plants and took our city spot over there. So they basically got free 2 points off of our forests, which is very annoying. Very annoying. I mean, we're getting pummeled here now. We're not too far off from green, but red is just running away with this. So honestly, it's just in our best interest to like finish the game because we are not gonna win. All right, what do we got here? I mean, we can't place an ocean. I can't play this card anymore. I mean, I guess this is it. This is more of like an earlier game, although it does require 8% oxygen. So it's like a mid game, but we're in the end game now. Definitely take that. Like, whenever I place a city tile, so it's not anytime soon. Got only, what is it, 2 earth tags? So, okay. It's definitely this, and that's it. And we do attack green here. Let's just play this. Does all of those things, just whatever. We can't even purchase a city now, so that's annoying. We'll play this card. Increased our mega credit production by a few. By like 3. Now we've got 16 to play. So it's the virus. And I guess this card, but this card doesn't even really do much for us anymore. Maybe we just play this card and increase the temperature. I think that's like clears us out entirely. There's no point of us placing a forest right now. I mean, I think we get a victory point just for having the forest, and then we get victory points for the number of forests that are touching a city. So there is that. Play that. Place the thing here. Whatevs. At least we're not last place at this point. But we're 10 points behind red. Which again, honestly... Is that where the 10 points comes from? So they're not even that bad. I thought we were getting destroyed, but we actually aren't. The question is, I mean, it is in red's best interest to try and end it, but I don't... Oh wow, they went up by a lot. Crazy. Yeah, we're gonna sell this card for sure. I think at this point, this card for sure. And then we can play this card. Oh, we'll attack green. And we're stuck. So it depends on the cards that they have. They got a lot of money left. So I don't know if they can increase this temperature, but essentially once they increase that, then we've officially terraformed Mars, and then the game is done. However, you can still, the round is still active. So if for some crazy reason we make it to the next round, damn, I was gonna place a city here, but that's not good. I suppose we can place a city here still. You can't place cities next to each other, although if they're your cities, maybe you can, but you can't place a city next to another player's city. But maybe we place our city here, so we at least get a point from this forest, and then place a forest over here, so that we get 2 points. But I'm guessing somebody increases the temperature. And yeah, we just didn't get a lot of cards that we needed to synergize with our cards that give us victory points. I mean, red had a lot of synergy. And like relatively cheap cards too. And just good cards. Like having this protected habitats is a game changer. Whenever a city tile is placed, they get an animal. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how they're increasing their... I mean, they increased their mega credit just by 6 there. How did they get 3 Prelude cards because of this? I guess. So yeah, I mean, it's almost like we were doomed. I just feel like we just didn't have good cards. Terraforming is complete. So everybody's going to be able to do something as long as they have money to spend and resources to spend. Now, before the game is done, there is the last round of production. So you basically produce the resources that you have production for. And then the only thing you can do is if you have enough plants to build a forest, you can do that. But you can't do anything else. For instance, if I produce all this money, I cannot play this card. I can't do anything. Literally the only thing you can do is build a forest. The very annoying thing is your forests have to be connecting to one of your tiles. Which technically I can build here because I own this tile, and that doesn't give anybody else points, which is nice. So you see how this guy's building all on the same forest? He basically gets 3 points because all these cities are touching this one forest. Or greenery tile is technically what it's called. Yeah, just tough. Tough for us, man. And we got blown out. Okay, red passes. Green should be passing here pretty soon. I don't know how much green can do. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, we only have one card in our hand that we didn't use. It's a good card that we probably should have used a long time ago, but like, we don't have a lot of unused like resources, right? Like, we spent money on drafting and getting the cards, and we were able to basically use all those cards except for one. Everybody else used all of theirs, but they had insane, like, look at all the money they're generating, 20 to 30 more. So it was just tough. And we'll build it here. So we got on to 60 points though. It's not horrible. Not horrible. But we got beat pretty badly, but you know, it is what it is. The cities really helped those guys. I mean, we had tied for the most greenery tiles. We just got kind of screwed over. The awards. Red had those, so that was a nice 10. And you could see how much victory points red had from the cards, which is just crazy. So like, where we lost that is definitely just some key cards that we just didn't get any of those plant cards that would have triggered a lot of these micro counting things. So that was kind of tough for us. But it is what it is. But that's Terraforming Mars, everybody. Let me know what you think. I just got introduced to this game over the holidays, and we were playing with like a real hard copy board. And it was super fun once we kind of got the hang of it, and came across this site that we can, play it and other games for free, which is pretty awesome. And as well as you have access to all like the different expansions. So for instance, this was a different board essentially than the main one. So this is an expansion board as well as the Prelude expansion that gives you access to these kind of purple starting Prelude cards. I think there's also some additional other cards here that you get. So yeah, pretty fun, but let me know what you guys think, and if we should continue this Terraforming Tuesday. We'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.